Thank you, Mr. Takehiro Okabe, for joining us from Hokkaido University. We're very much looking forward for your presentation. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Okay, I will share my presentation. So, thank you very much for this kind introduction. I'm very glad to be with you, students from NMU. And I'm very pleased to introduce our Hokkaido University in Japan. I'll introduce to Hokkaido, Sapporo city, and our university and exchange and research programs offered by our university. So first of all, I would like to introduce Hokkaido and Sapporo. So Hokkaido is the second largest island to the north of the main Honshu Island of Japan. And the Honshu Island is the biggest island, and the Hokkaido Island is the second biggest island. And half an hour from Tokyo and 2 hours from Osaka. It's a big city of Western Japan by airplane, and the population of Hokkaido is about 5 million. And our main campus is located in this capital city of Hokkaido, Sapporo, which has nearly 2 million population. And the other campus in the south of Hokkaido, in the city of Hakodate, where students of fisheries sciences are studying. So as to our corona situation in Sapporo, we are now seeing a surge in daily new cases, and the now authority is now asking the people in Sapporo to stay at home and not to go out if it's unnecessary. But the situation is not only in Sapporo, but also in entire Japan is relatively mild, and especially as compared with what's going on in European countries. And anyway, Japan will host Summer Olympic in next summer. So sooner or later, Japan has to open its border to many foreign tourists. So let's be optimistic. And Japanese university, not only Hokkaido University, but almost all Japanese universities are preparing for receiving foreign students from next April 2021. And foreign students who got already government scholarship but are already allowed to enter Japan, and they are doing their studies now in Japanese universities. And in our campus, most lectures are of course online from this spring, but small lectures, 20, 30 students are still doing face-to-face lecture. So very briefly about Hokkaido and Sapporo. So Sapporo is one of the major cities in Japan. It's the 6th largest population. And this is a map of Sapporo. So here is the Sapporo Central Railway Station in the red circle. And these are our main campus, Hokkaido University campus. But the Sapporo is a very young and modern city, but Hokkaido is famous for its rich nature and original and excellent foods. So, so this is the main street of Sapporo, and this is a European-style city of Otaru Canal. It's half an hour from Sapporo by bus. And it's very recently very hot and humid everywhere in Japan in summer, but summer in Hokkaido is very mild and comfortable to spend days. It's around 25 degrees. Almost everywhere in Japan is now it's over around 35 degrees, very hot, but it's very good place to spend days in summer. So this is a very center of Hokkaido. It's a mountainous region of Furano, and this is the autumn leaves of Tokachitake. This picture is also from the very center of Hokkaido nature places. And Hokkaido saw heavy snow every winter, and its powder snow is famous for ski lovers all over the world. And Sapporo hosts this Sapporo Snow Festival in early February. About Hokkaido University, the university was established in 1856 as an agricultural college and became later a state university to train engineers, agriculturists, veterinarians to develop Hokkaido industry, fishery, agriculture. So Hokkaido is a very frontier region of modern Japan. So this is a kind of place of modernization from late 19th century. So this is why Hokkaido University stresses very practical knowledge and frontier spirit. So we are promoting internationalization of the university. So we welcome, of course, international students, and German student is the biggest European group in our universities, so as you see. But many students coming from East Asia and Southeast Asia. So the cost of living in Sapporo is very reasonable and cheaper than in Tokyo and Osaka, other metropolitan areas. So I think the monthly gap between Sapporo and Tokyo is about 100 or 150 euro per month. So, and also you can get accommodation very close to Sapporo campus. So this is the map of Sapporo campus, and Hokkaido University have its own student accommodation very close to Hokkaido University. So don't worry to get student accommodation. So if you accept it, so you will easily get good accommodation close to university. So we cover almost all fields of disciplines from humanities to natural sciences. And here you see some of Hokkaido University's strong area, especially chemistry and chemical engineering. In these fields, we have a Nobel Prize winner, Professor Akira Suzuki, Nobel Prize in chemistry in 2000. And also material science engineering is our strongest point, and also earth ocean sciences as well. And you also see some of our institute and research centers very unique among Japanese universities, such as Institute of Low Temperature Sciences and Center for Northern Biospheres. And I will pick up some research centers characteristic to Hokkaido University. So the first is our Arctic Research Center. Now, Arctic is a very hot topic because of global warming and ecological crisis in the Arctic area, and a site of competition between Arctic countries. Of course, EU as well, very interested in this Arctic research. And Japanese government is now supporting this Arctic research by its project called ARCS Second. And this center, our center is playing leading role in this research field. And the center is gathering experts from various research fields, from ocean studies to anthropology to tackle many problems related to this Arctic region. So this center has just started to offer courses to undergraduate and graduate students, so you can also study this topic at our universities. So the other one is another unique institute is this Center for Ainu and Indigenous Studies. So the Ainu people is indigenous people, now a small number of them living in Hokkaido, but ones living in the entire eastern side of Japan. And the name Sapporo comes from this Ainu words. And there's a difficult history between Japanese and Ainu people, but now Hokkaido University is a responsibility to think about preserving Ainu people and culture. And our researchers very actively collaborate with the activities of the Ainu National Park called Upopoi, this park, and National Museum, newly opened in this August. And overseas, researchers give a lecture overseas, for example, at the manga exhibition in the British Museum in 2019. One of the main figure here you see was this Ainu girl from the very popular manga work called Golden Kamuy, which is an adventure story of this Ainu girl and a veteran of the Russo-Japanese War. It's a very historical manga and quite very popular among young people. So you can also study unique Japanese culture at our university. So very practical information about our exchange program for LMU students. So this is a HuSTEP program for exchange students. So Hokkaido University short-term exchange program in English. So you can study humanity programs, or it's a natural science program, science, technology, environments. And also, of course, you can study Japanese as well, but you only need in English ability. And this, we have 1 year and a half year program. And you can also add some individual independent research courses in addition to this QST program. So Japanese ability was not required, but English test score you have to show. And you can also apply to this JASO, Japan Association of Student Service Organization, a scholarship for this program. So you please check this JASO homepage. It's a very Japanese National Association for supporting foreign students. And here is some example of this HUSTED program. So I think it's very tight schedule, but you have various kind of courses, and all programs are in English. You don't need to study Japanese, but if you want, you can also study Japanese in this HUSTED program. And if you are good skill of Japanese language, we welcome you to this JLCSP program for exchange students for intensive course for those students who are studying Japanese language and Japanese studies. And you are required to show that you are certificate to your Japanese ability N3 or Japanese national language test or higher score. But you can apply to this Japanese government scholarship, MEX scholarship. It's very good generous scholarship, or JASP scholarship. So you can ask about this scholarship your Embassy of Japan in Germany. They have good information about this government scholarship. And if you are at Hokkaido University as an exchange student, so you are very welcome to this summer school at Hokkaido University from between June and October. So you don't need to pay for this summer university. So if you are exchange students to our university, so and you can enjoy also the very good summer Hokkaido University with studying these summer universities during your visit and staying in Hokkaido. So this is the last slide, and we are now calling for application to this Hokkaido University President Fellowship. It's very scholarship, one of scholarship for those students who want to gain master or doctoral degree at Hokkaido University. So this fellowship covers almost all scholarship. You don't need to pay tuition fees, entrance fees, anything, and you get also monthly scholarship from our university. So students of LMU and alumni students of LMU also have the right to apply to this fellowship. And but of course you need to show a good score of your study at LMU. But we really welcome and very encourage program to apply, to think of this, to consider this application to this fellowship. So deadline is early January, next January. So but please prepare well in advance. So you have to find a supervisor from Hokkaido University to apply before applying to this scholarship. Okay, thank you for your attention.
Arigatou gozaimasu, Takehiro-san. Thank you very much. So are there any questions for Mr. Takehiro Okabe? First question, is there a possibility to do a master thesis, not a whole master program or even a PhD at Hokkaido University as a pharmaceutical science student in any biological medical lab?
Yeah, of course. We have not so specific program, but of course you can do kind of visiting research, kind of visiting research in that field. You can do it. For example, half a year or 1 year studies. And if some of courses are offering also scholarship for this short time visiting.
Okay.
So you can do it.
Any other questions? I think as we are not too many people, I think if you like, you can also activate your camera. We encourage you to activate your camera, and we can also have a discussion if there are not any other questions. Or if you have a question, you can also ask it via microphone and have a discussion with Mr. Takehiro Okabe. It seems that you have answered all questions within your presentation. As a physics bachelor student, Julia is asking, the science program is the most suitable for me, isn't it? If she is a physics bachelor student.
I think that if you are a bachelor student, so this
and physics?
HUSTEP program includes also that physics program.
So the student would apply now in December for LMU exchange, would apply it at my office. Then if the application is successful, I will recommend you to Hokkaido University and recommend you for the HUSTEP science program as as the student would like to apply for. Any other questions? How many seats are there for LMU students? I'm not sure if Takehiro Okabe knows this, but we have a few seats. I know this this question comes very often in regard of how are my chances. If so many students apply, how are the chances that I will receive a place? Very popular within economics students as well, and business administration students. So we have a few seats. It depends. With a student exchange, always students from Hokkaido University have to come to us, and we send students to them. And if no Hokkaido University students come to us, we cannot send any, or if the other way around. So we have a few seats. I think we have 4 semester places for Hokkaido University. So this should not change your mind. So students, please apply. Look what universities are good. Hokkaido University is an excellent university, which is open for all LMU students. So please apply and do not think of the chances of what are the possibilities, how many seats are there. Because I remember the first year when I started as a coordinator at LMU at the international office, I told the students, the chances to get a seat or to get a place in Japan is very low. So please do apply somewhere else. So we didn't have a lot of applications, and now then we didn't have. So the chances were very, very high. After I told the students the chances would be low. So please do not mind. Next question: is there a higher chance to get in a Japanese university if you are half Japanese or have a record of living in Japan?
I think it doesn't matter. But if you have Japanese citizenship, it's you should ask that university. It is no problem to have citizenship. But if you don't have Japanese citizenship, I think it's no problem to.
So I don't think if you apply for LMU exchange, it doesn't make a difference. So we definitely encourage students who apply for Japan to learn Japanese, to be open to Japanese language, although you don't have to speak Japanese to go to Japan, because you can study there completely in English. You don't have to know the Japanese language, but we encourage you to learn some Japanese, and it's definitely a plus if you know Japanese. And it doesn't make a difference if you are half Japanese or not. We do not look at the nationality of the students or of the applicants. How is student life at Hokkaido?
Yeah, it's the most characteristic is that Sapporo and Hokkaido and Sapporo is not so busy. Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto is very busy place, and people and students are always busy. But Hokkaido is more kind of countryside like atmosphere, and students are all very relaxed. And I think the half of our students is coming from non-Hokkaido area, so about half students are from Hokkaido area. So good mixture of Hokkaido and non-Hokkaido students, and a very relaxing atmosphere.
Sapporo is a beautiful city. I think it's very lovely. It's very nice. Not too large, but still large enough. It's especially when you come from the small cities in Germany. Next question. I'm in my first master's semester and I'm therefore not able to prove my grade average until the deadline of the application. Should I provide my bachelor's certificate with my grade? Yes, yes, please. If you're in your master's first semester, we only need the bachelor's degree and you can apply with these grades. Very good question. Did you study at Hokkaido University, Takehiro-san?
I myself from Tokyo.
Ah.
But I have a kind of research experience at Hokkaido University.
So you were working there and you know both perspectives. Kind of very nice. Very nice. I was traveling to Sapporo once and you have three possibilities to go by to Sapporo, to Hokkaido University, either by airplane or by train down below from island to island, or third by boat. And I was going by boat. This is definitely the longest way how to come to Hokkaido University. It takes about 4 hours. And I think the train in comparison is only half an hour. So, but I remember it was a beautiful city, beautiful country, very well organized. So I don't think we have further questions, so maybe we encourage you. See, we have another question. Are you guaranteed a place in a student dormitory, and what are the student accommodations like?
Yeah, don't worry. Especially for those exchange students, half a year, 1 year, it's almost guaranteed. It's very close to campus, so don't worry about this.
Ms. Schlage says, I'm in my first bachelor's semester and I'm therefore not able to prove my grade average. This doesn't matter, then please have your A-levels or your Abiturzeugnis. Hand in your Abiturzeugnis because apparently or obviously you don't have any bachelor's grades yet, and so we will check that. What is the cost of living on average?
I think that the students' cost average, I think, that is between 600 and 900 euro, including that accommodation fees.
Including accommodation. And you probably have a canteen, right?
Yeah, sorry?
You have a canteen?
Canteen.
Like where you can eat, where students can eat?
Yeah.
For students.
Kind of mensa. Right?
Mensa, yeah.
Yeah.
As an LMU student, you do not have to pay any tuition fees at Hokkaido University. This is a luxury because Japanese universities, most of them are very expensive. And this is also in Japan and in Asia, you have a lot of service mentality. So this is a luxury. I remember when students, all of them who were in Japan, they say, we have a great service. I get picked up from the airport. Next question. When, in which semester could you recommend studying abroad? Is this a general question? Because usually we say students would apply in the third semester. So our deadline for Asia and North America is in December. So you apply in December and then you are abroad either in your 5th or your 6th semester. So this is what we in general recommend. However, you can also talk to your program coordinator within your subject and ask what would be useful within my academic life cycle to when should I apply and how can I take courses and which courses can I take. So if you want to go to Hokkaido University, you have to apply on December 15th. So in around about 1 month, apply for LMU exchange. Does Hokkaido University have more than one campus, and are the foreign students at a different campus than Japanese students?
Yeah, we have 2 campuses, but foreign students mainly in the main campus and completely mixed with Japanese students, but many Japanese students, I think, are shy with it's mingling with foreign students, but basically mixed. And we have another campus but it's only for those students studying fisheries.
Which Which subject?
Fishery. It's
Oh,
they have ship,
yeah.
and
Wow.
you have to study that.
We do not have this at LMU, fishery. Very interesting. Are there any specific details I have to regard if I study medicine? See, the corporation is not open for medicine. That is very unfortunate. Because medicine is also very special with the laboratories, and there are also most exchange agreements are not open to medicine students. So please check our brochure, this one, and there you can see what universities are open for medicine. As we have seen, for LMU, most exchange students would apply for the HUSTIP program, and there we saw science and arts and culture and Japanese language, but unfortunately not medicine. But please check our brochure for everyone, because there you can see which courses are open to which countries and where can I study. Is it possible to apply for the LMU scholarship and JASO as well? Yes, yes, both are compatible. Yeah. Could you get both? It depends how high the LMU scholarship is and how high JASO is. We try that it is compatible for most of the, we always try that it is compatible. It is compatible most of the times, but if the LMU scholarship is very high and you get a high amount of money, we will see that you don't have too much money for students, because LMU scholarship, we call it PROSA. We say we want to fund many students with less money than less students with a lot of money. So that is what we want to have more students to profit about it. Due to the corona pandemic, some of my grades of my bachelor's degree are actually not on my certificate yet. I am now vorläufig registered at the LMU. Is it possible to apply? You mean you are LMU student? Are you I think I haven't understood the question. The grades of the bachelor degree, so probably you would like to be a master's student now. Please elaborate on that. So are you registered at LMU? Are you an LMU student? You have to be an LMU student, but I guess if you are registered to some part, you can also apply. You can start the application already. The online application form is online. So we encourage you to already prepare. Those of you who know Japan know that Hokkaido University has the deadlines very early. We have to decide early. We want our students to be well prepared and know what they are applying for. Where do I find the LMU exchange brochure? Well, on our website. I was showing it already here, but you can scan this QR code. And the application form is also here. So I think time is almost up. If there aren't any further questions, arigatou gozaimasu, Takehiro Okabe. Thank you for your time. We can have the last addition to the question. I'm an LMU student, but I don't have all the credits of my BA on my certificate. That is not a problem. That is definitely not a problem. You can always hand in the certificates, and later we will look on what you have. No worries. So thank you.